Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air. Can't live, can't breathe. Can't waste time, so give it a moment. I realize why does love always feel like a battlefield? A battle living, we learn to take one step at a time. Let the music play, you won't get away. Just every time you go away.
What if winning the biggest singing competition in America at 17 years old was just the beginning of a journey filled with heartbreak, redemption, and secrets that would change everything?
Shining your love into my life.
And what if the girl who sang about needing air would one day find herself suffocating under the weight of fame, love, and loss?
No air, no air.
Stay with me, because what happened behind the scenes will leave you speechless, and the final revelation about her personal life will absolutely shock you.
One step at a time. There's no need to rush.
On a humid summer night in Los Angeles, May 23, 2007, confetti rained down on a teenager from Glendale, Arizona. Jordin Sparks, just 17 years old, had done what seemed impossible. She became the youngest person ever to win American Idol.
9 a.m. on the hour hand, and she's waiting for the
The first non-Southerner to claim the crown, and the first mixed-race winner in the show's history. But what the 74 million viewers watching that night didn't know was that this victory would be both her greatest blessing and her most difficult burden. Born on December 22, 1989, in Phoenix, Arizona, Jordin Brianna Sparks entered a world where music and athletics collided. Her father, Philippi Sparks, was carving out his legacy as an NFL cornerback, playing 8 seasons with the New York Giants and 1 with the Dallas Cowboys before retiring in 2000. Her mother brought German, English, Scottish, and Norwegian heritage to the mix, creating a beautiful blend that Jordin would carry with pride. Growing up in a household where excellence wasn't optional, Jordin watched her father push his body to its limits on the football field. But it was her mother who noticed something special when young Jordin would sing around the house. The power in her voice at such a young age was undeniable. Inspired by Mariah Carey, Beyoncé, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and Hanson, Jordin began developing her craft, never imagining where it would take her. She attended Sandra Day O'Connor High School in Glendale, Arizona, but only for her freshman year. After that, she was homeschooled, which gave her the flexibility to pursue her musical dreams. Jordin had a younger brother, PJ, or Philippi Sparks Jr., and together they navigated the unique experience of being raised by a professional athlete who understood discipline, dedication, and the cost of chasing greatness. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. In 2006, at just 16 years old, Jordin auditioned for American Idol Season 7. What most people don't know is that she actually auditioned twice. Her first audition, she was rejected.
I turned 16, I was like, I can audition for the show, you know? And I drove out to LA. I was still living in Arizona at the time. I drove out to LA and got in line at 2 a.m. with everybody else. We were all singing all day, all morning, and we get down there. And a lot of people don't know this, but I was told no, my first audition. And I remember walking back because we all had these wristbands on. And after you got told no, they would literally just cut the wristband off of you. Like there was no way you could sneak back in and do it again. And I remember walking out and just seeing the age limit was 28, I think, at the time. And I just remember walking out and seeing people like weeping, you know, just like weeping because maybe it was their last chance or they weren't expecting to hear what they heard. But I just remember thinking, oh, I can come back next year.
That rejection could have ended her story. Instead, Jordin went home and entered a localized competition called Arizona Idol. She won, and that victory sent her to Seattle for another American Idol audition the same season. This time, she made it through. This time, everything changed.
So I went home, I did a localized version called Arizona Idol, and I won that competition, and that sent me to Seattle the same season. And so I got to audition again, and then that's where I made it in front of the judges and made it through.
The judges were captivated. Randy Jackson famously predicted early on that the curly girl is going to win. Week after week, Jordin delivered performances that showcased not just her vocal ability, but her emotional maturity. At 17, she was competing against singers with more life experience, more training, and more time in the industry. But what Jordin had was something you couldn't teach: authenticity. What viewers didn't see, however, was the personal turmoil happening behind the scenes.
Like when I was singing this song, I was thinking about losing somebody that I loved. So I was thinking about my best friends. I had lost a couple of people during the show. And so I was thinking about that type of love, that type of pain. And I think it really translated into the song.
Jordin was singing her heart out on national television while privately grieving multiple deaths. She was away from her family for the first time, dealing with panic attacks she didn't understand, and carrying the weight of expectations that would have crushed most adults, let alone a teenager. On May 23, 2007, Jordin Sparks won American Idol. The confetti fell, the crowd screamed, and her life changed forever.
Jordin Sparks!
But the real work was just beginning.
That was then. This is my life.
Within weeks of her victory, Jordin was thrust into recording her debut album. The industry doesn't stop for anyone, not even a grieving 17-year-old who just won the biggest singing competition on television. She was on tour, singing 12 to 17 songs a night, and she was the only contestant required to attend school for 3 hours every single day.
Essentially, I won, and then they were like, congratulations, here you go. And then it was like, okay, so this is what we're doing. But it was insane because, yes, I needed to work on the album because they were already working on the next season. You know, auditions were happening and all that stuff. In the middle of us touring all summer long, they also started auditions again for the next season. And it's like, you've got to get that music out. They voted for you. That's what they want to hear. But I was in the middle of touring and I was singing like 17 songs a night. And there was
17.
Yeah, there was no time, like overall, like I had, or maybe not 17. It might have been 12. Maybe.
But that's still a lot.
It is, especially if you're not used to doing that, because on Idol we're singing 2 minutes once a week, you know? So to go from that to then being pushed in, and I was the only person who wasn't allowed to miss a show because I won. So if I was sick, it didn't matter. If I had no voice, it didn't matter. I had to get on stage and perform and make sure that I gave, the audience a great show. So I was doing that, and we did 59 shows in 56 cities. Right. So you can see that there's like no time. So on some of my off days, I was in the studio recording. So my voice never really got a break.
Her self-titled debut album, Jordin Sparks, dropped in November 2007. The lead single, Tattoo, became an instant hit, showcasing Jordin's powerful vocals and establishing her as more than just an Idol winner.
Everything I do, you're on my heart just like a tattoo.
But it was the follow-up single that would define her career and cement her place in pop culture history. No Air, featuring Chris Brown, was released in February 2008.
You was like living in a world with no air.
The song became a cultural phenomenon, selling over 4 million copies and reaching the top of charts worldwide. The chemistry between Jordin and Chris in both the song and the music video was electric, even though they recorded their parts separately and weren't even in the same studio together.
With each other.
Okay.
Well, actually, that song came about because I originally had done it as a solo, and because we were really trying to get things done and put everything together, and they were like, well, you know what would be cool if we had a feature? I said, that would be awesome. And they said, well, who would you like to work with? And I was like, Chris Brown. That was like literally not even, I didn't even hesitate. And I had been such a big fan of his music and of him, and I just thought it would be perfect. And it actually really worked out because we were signed to the same label.
Okay.
So I was able to be like, tell my A&R like, hey, he's here, like, let's make this work. And he heard the song and he loved it, and he recorded it separately, which is insane to think about, because I feel like when people listen to the song, you would think that we were singing in each other's face.
You didn't do that?
No, we did not. We were not even in the same studio together.
The video for No Air placed number 16 on VH1's Top 40 Videos of 2008, and the song became a staple at weddings, proms, and radio stations across the world. Jordin had done what so many Idol winners before her struggled to do. She created a hit that transcended the show. Her debut album went platinum, selling over 2 million copies.
I think it just passed the 4 million mark. Yeah, which I know, like, in today's terms, like, we list TikToks and it's like, oh, it's got 60 million views, you know? But for the time, like, for that to sell that many singles individually, like, everybody was like, yeah, I want to buy this song.
Songs like One Step at a Time,
One step at a time, there's no need to rush.
and Permanent Monday further established her as a force in the music industry.
Rose in my hands, a time into a permanent Monday.
She was touring with Alicia Keys, appearing on talk shows, and living the dream she'd imagined as a little girl singing in her living room. But then came 2009, and with it, her sophomore album, Battlefield. The title track, Battlefield, released in May 2009, was a dramatic departure from her earlier work. It was raw, powerful, and emotional, reflecting a young woman who had experienced loss and was learning to navigate the complexities of love and life. The video placed number 17 on VH1's Top 40 Videos of 2009.
2009,
Yeah.
I had just turned 19.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship, but it was kind of like, I don't know
Yeah.
what we're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I like you, but I don't know if I really see this going anywhere.
Is it
like,
the one I know?
kind of
Oh,
thing.
that was later.
Oh, that was later.
Oh, that was later. Okay.
That one was later.
Ah, yeah.
This was somebody else. And yeah, it was just kind of difficult, but there was a lot of stuff going on in the world too, and in my personal life outside of just like a romantic relationship. You know, my parents were separating, and so they were, finalizing that stuff. And we had had a couple of losses in the family that year prior, and it was just a lot. And I was also tired. I'm not gonna lie. I was exhausted.
Critics had mixed reactions to Battlefield, with some praising Jordin's vocal growth and others questioning the album's direction. But Jordin was doing what she knew she had to do, staying authentic to where she was in her life. The album featured the song SOS, Let the Music Play, which sampled Shannon's 1983 hit. While some critics questioned the originality, Jordin has since revealed she didn't actually want to record that track.
This is for everybody,
Yeah.
but that song I actually did not want to do. I was like, this isn't really me. This isn't my type of music. I love it, and it actually became my number one on the dance chart. So
Can
I'm
you
grateful.
imagine?
Please don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But in terms of like my ear and what I wanted to do, that was not one of the things I wanted to do.
As Jordin navigated her early 20s, her personal life became tabloid fodder. She wore a purity ring that she'd received as a teenager, a public declaration of her values that made her relationships even more scrutinized. In 2011, Jordin began dating R&B singer Jason Derulo. The relationship was highly publicized, with the couple appearing together at red carpet events and speaking openly about their love.
One Jason Derulo, one Jordin Sparks. You guys are, I think, the powerest of power couples. Oh, thank you.
For 3 years, they seemed like one of music's golden couples. Jordin even appeared in Jason's music video for Marry Me. Then, in September 2014, everything fell apart. Jason Derulo announced on Twitter that he and Jordin had ended their relationship. The internet exploded with speculation. What happened? Who ended it? Was there someone else involved? The rumors were relentless, and Jordin found herself heartbroken and under a microscope.
At that time, yes, I was very hurt because that was my first
Real.
Yeah, I was going hard, and so I was very blindsided. But at the same time, like, I learned a lot. I don't think I would be able to appreciate my husband and everything that I have now if I didn't go through those crazy relationships.
The breakup with Jason Derulo became a defining moment in Jordin's life. She channeled her pain into her music. And in 2015, she released Right Here, Right Now, an album that critics praised for its honesty and vulnerability. Songs like They Don't Give and How About Now showed a woman who had been through heartbreak and come out stronger.
I know that they don't give enough about it.
During this time, Jordin also briefly dated rapper Sage the Gemini from April 2015 to February 2016, but the relationship was short-lived.
Then, but how about now? 'Cause I'm up right now.
What Jordin needed wasn't another celebrity romance. What she needed was something real. In 2016, Jordin's mother did something unexpected. She put Jordin and a young man named Dana Isaiah in a group text. Dana's parents ran a youth organization, and Jordin had spoken to a group of teenage girls about Hollywood and what it's like to navigate the industry.
Story short is that they put us on a group text. He was pursuing modeling.
Okay.
And I had a conversation with a group of teenage girls that his parents run an organization, and she was like, can you talk to them about Hollywood and what it's like?
Dana was pursuing modeling, and his mother thought Jordin could offer some advice.
My mom was like, hey, Dana's mom was wondering Bridget, she was like, wondering if you guys could talk to him about Hollywood. And I was like, I don't think so. I wasn't in the space for that. I was not really trusting of anybody at that time. I was not giving anybody my number, definitely. But because I met his mom, I was like, if he tries anything, I'm gonna just be like, come get your boy. You know?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
come get your boy. So they put us on a group text, and we literally never stopped talking, and now we're here 7 years later.
When Dana showed up at Jordin's door for their first in-person meeting, her dogs ran up to him immediately. Jordin took that as a good sign. Then he stood up, their eyes locked, and she thought, oh no, I wasn't ready. I was not in the space for this. But God, as Jordin would say, had other plans. On July 16, 2017, Jordin Sparks married Dana Isaiah in a secret ceremony in Hawaii. The world didn't know about it until she shared the news on social media. No big spectacle, no magazine deals, just two people who loved each other making a commitment. Then came the next surprise. In November 2017, Jordin revealed she was pregnant. On May 2nd, 2018, she gave birth to her son, DJ Thomas. Motherhood transformed Jordin in ways she never expected.
He's hilarious. I actually was very surprised. The other day we were sitting and somebody on the TV said something that was more of humor that we would get, and he like looked over at me and was like, and I said, how do you know that was funny? Like, he's got a very good sense of humor. We're always making ugly faces at each other. That's our favorite thing to do. And then...
What ugly faces do you and DJ make?
Oh, I can't make it on TV right now. Oh, no. No, they're just, it's like really random, like, you know, the little triangle face and like all that stuff. We make those faces. But he's just really empathetic and really, really kind. And he's so sweet and adventurous and curious and like...
Jordin and Dana now balance careers, marriage, and parenthood. Dana works as Jordin's manager, which means they have to navigate the delicate balance between business and personal life. They have two dogs, Maggie and Miles, completing their family. In 2024, Jordin has been working on new music that she describes as her most authentic work yet. After a decade in the industry, she's finally at a place where she can create without the pressure of proving herself. Her album, No Restrictions, which she's been teasing, represents freedom. She's free from the expectations, free from the pain of her past, and free to be exactly who she is. She's also expanded into hosting, becoming the host of Roller Jam, a skating competition show that taps into the nostalgic resurgence of roller skating culture.
Really excited. I mean, as you see, the costumes are amazing, the tricks that they do are amazing. Like, we had the best time, and there's been like such a crazy resurgence of skating, and it's very nostalgic, multi-generational. If you didn't do it, your grandma or your mom did, or you saw it somewhere, whether it was TikTok or the Super Bowl with Usher. So it's like the perfect time to be having this. You know, I watched Ryan on Idol and was like, I like that. I think I could do that. I want to do that. And watching amazing people like you doing hosts and TV shows and talk shows, like, I'm just really grateful for this opportunity to do this.
Jordin has also appeared in several films and TV shows throughout her career, including The Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete, 2013.
Come for a ride with me, mister. What's up, Alice? Let's go for a ride. I got my board. I see you got something better going on or what?
Sparkle.
And I'm gonna need some help.
2012, alongside Whitney Houston in what would be Houston's final film role. Left Behind, 2014.
That's enough, all of you! I know what's going on here. How much did he pay you?
What are you talking about?
I can't believe he's doing this. She's my daughter!
Show Dogs, 2018.
I'm impressed, Mr. NYPD officer.
You weren't bad yourself, Miss Best in Show.
Thanks, Max.
And Dear Secret Santa, 2013.
How mysterious. What do you think?
Looks like you've got yourself a classy stalker.
She's proven she's more than just a voice. She's a multi-talented entertainer. As of 2025, Jordin Sparks' net worth is estimated at $10 million. Not bad for a girl who was told no at her first audition. But money doesn't tell the whole story. Success doesn't capture the journey. And fame doesn't reveal the sacrifices.
I think that I have had to tell myself my entire career. I actually have it tatted on me. It is the prayer that I pray before I perform, and it's really just breathe. Yeah, because I'm high off life. You know, I'm a very highly energetic person, and so when somebody's like, "Okay, Jordin, 5 minutes," it feels like 5 hours, and I'm standing there, and it's not so much nervous. I just get anxious to get on stage. I'm just ready to go. So I always have to tell myself to breathe and to calm myself down. And I think for a lot of people, if we just took a breath, a lot of different things could be solved or taken care of in a different way if we just took that breath first. So
looking back at her career-defining songs, it's clear she's left a lasting impact on music. Tattoo introduced her to the world, No Air became a global phenomenon, Battlefield showed her artistic growth, One Step at a Time offered hope to millions, SOS, Let the Music Play, dominated dance floors, and her newer work continues to evolve with her journey. Jordin's story isn't just about winning a competition. It's about a young woman who faced rejection, loss, heartbreak, and the crushing pressure of fame and chose to keep singing anyway. It's about staying true to yourself when the world wants to change you. It's about finding love when you've learned not to trust. It's about becoming a mother while still figuring out who you are. The girl who once sang about needing air has finally learned to breathe. And what comes next is a woman who's no longer afraid to use her voice, not just to sing, but to tell her truth, to raise her son, to love her husband, and to show the world that the youngest American Idol winner is just getting started.